Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm international airline crew, but in my spare time, I love to travel the world. I have been to 97 countries at this point, and I'm about to tick off 98th country, which is Nepal. It's been on my bucket list for some time. Initially, I wanted to go to do a yoga teacher training course there. However, as life unfolds and unplanned things happen, things changed, and I'm actually going to do a hike there. I'm not a professional hiker whatsoever, so this is going to be something absolutely new for me. Yes, I have done some shorter hikes, but nothing to this extent, nothing to this altitude. The highest point I've been in my life before is like 4,500 meters. But this is gonna go over 5,000 meter mark, which obviously worries me a bit. However, I'm very adventurous and I'm up for a challenge. Going there with my little cousin who lives in Australia. We actually haven't traveled together, so that's gonna be new as well. How did we choose which track to do? So there are many trekking routes in Nepal. For those of you who might have done some research before, one of the most famous ones is Annapurna circuit, which is the one we were initially going to do, but I'll talk you through why we decided not to. Everest Base Camp. One thing that most people have to consider is time. Not everybody can get a lot of time off. I think full Annapurna circuit is about 3 weeks, which we do not have. We have about 2 weeks with the travel days as well. Into our consideration went a few things. Number one, time. Number two, which is why we're not doing it, is how to get there. So to get to Annapurna circuit, you need to take a bus of like 8 hours to the starting point, and then you need to take a jeep. At the end, you do need to take a flight. Honestly, freaked me out when I thought about getting on these small planes, and I'm not scared of flying, but doing this research and knowing how the safety in Nepal can be. I'm not saying it's unsafe, I'm saying a lot of incidents compared to worldwide incidents do happen. Something didn't sit with me right, and I was like, I don't want to get on a plane that I don't feel comfortable about. So that was kind of the main driving point for us to change the trekking route we are going to do. So I started researching what are other 8-day treks, and I came across Langtang Valley, which is exactly what we're gonna do. It doesn't require you to fly. About 8-hour jeep ride or tourist bus ride from Kathmandu up north into Himalayas. Looked at factors as physical fitness levels. So ideally I would love to do Everest Base Camp, but from reading it, it's I think a little bit difficult. I might be completely wrong, and I'll see how I go about hiking Langtang Valley, which is full 6 days of hiking. If I find it not so hard, next time I'm doing Everest Base Camp, which is kind of dream of mine. Fourth one would be also the cost. For us, it wasn't the main driving factor because I'm willing to spend, money to do this once in a lifetime experience, and the cost is not that much varied from one trek to another trek. Like Annapurna versus Langtang Valley is about £200 more expensive. So no, ours is actually cheaper. Langtang Valley is cheaper, but it wasn't the main driving factor for us. Same as Everest Base Camp is within that price range. How many days are we going for, and what are the costs? So overall, we are going for 2 weeks. About 3 days allocated for traveling there. 3 to 4 days in Kathmandu, just doing some yoga, relaxing, exploring temples, food. Duration of this trek is 10 days, but that includes getting to Langtang Valley with jeep, which will take about 8 hours, so that's 1 day, and then the same on a way back. So the actual trek is 6 days of full trekking. From what I've read, it's about 15 kilometers each day. So how did we choose a company? Those of you that don't know, from April this year, 2023, you do need a guide in Nepal for trekking. You can book it in Nepal, or you can pre-book it. So how did we decide which company we are going to go with and how we're going to do it? I didn't want to get there and find out that, you know, everything is booked up, as we are going in the highest season there, which is October. So we pre-booked a guide. I went to companies such as Viator and Get Your Guide to do initial research of, you know, companies, because I trust these sites that they work with, you know, legit companies. And then I read some reviews. We are doing this trek with Cordial Trek. I'm gonna leave a review after I've done the trek. Yeah, everything is pre-organized. They will take care of our permits in Nepal, so we don't need to do anything, you know, plan anything. They will organize the jeep to get there. All the meals are included. They will take care of, you know, tea houses where we will stay, as well as we have one porter between both of us. Traveling solo versus in a group. We are going just two of us with our guide. I personally do not really like group travel. Ideally, I do not like to even book tours and have everything pre-planned. However, I felt like something like this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I didn't feel confident enough going to mountains without a plan and just, you know, looking for a tea house as we get there where we're gonna stay the night. It would probably stress me out a little bit more than I kind of wanted. I did a research about the costs, and honestly it didn't work out much more expensive than if we were to plan everything separately and book a guide that comes along. But how much does it cost? The actual 10-day trek is $700, which includes travel permits. It includes your guide, your porter. It includes all the accommodations. It does include also meals. What it doesn't include is the tips to the guide. It didn't include the jeep, so the jeep was additional $350 between both of us there and back to Kathmandu. Additional costs to consider is travel insurance that you need to book for these types of hikes. I personally booked it with True Traveler, which cost me £200. It includes helicopter rescue, which is important if something happens to you at that altitude. There's no means of transport to get it back safely otherwise. Hotels in Kathmandu, which vary around 20 to 50 pounds per night in a really, really nice 4-star hotel. Meals, massages, yoga, whatever else you want to do. And then the flights. So overall total cost worked out about 1,800 to 2,000 pounds. How I am preparing for this trip. I do consider myself generically fit, healthy, nothing extreme, nothing not extreme, but I do go to gym anyways, but I alter my workouts, so I would actually do workouts on incline, treadmill and the steps with my hiking boots for about 2 months intensively, like every day, every other day, just to like build up my strength. Another question that people might wonder about is, should I book a porter or not? Personally decided to do it just because I don't consider myself that fit enough. If I put my backpacks with 12.5 kilos, I'm really struggling just to walk to the airport. So there's no way I can do 15 kilometers per day with a backpack of such weight. Some people can absolutely do it, and there is no judgment. Hope we can support, you know, local jobs, local communities. And what is good about it is that these porters who carry your backpacks, they have weight limit. It's not like we can give them unlimited weight. The porter will carry 25 kilograms between 2 people, so we can give the porter 12.5 kilograms each. In my next video, I'm gonna go through what I'm gonna take with me on a trip, packing wise. Bye!